Hi, this is Anthony. Thank you for coming back to my show. A few minutes ago, I uploaded a video which turned out to lose its sound after about 4 minutes and 27 seconds. So I'm going to redo it, and hopefully, this one will be better in video quality as far as better in what I have to say. I started out that video with a short clip from Dodge Landesman, and I'm not going to put that clip in. It was honestly poking a little fun at something that he said, although I think he would agree with me. But after that, I went to his live, which is going on right now, put in a little comment, and he gave a shout out to his viewers to check out my channel. So he's seen my channel, so I don't want to do anything that pokes fun at him, even though I think that he has a good sense of humor. I don't always agree with everything that he says or does. His videos are kind of eclectic, kind of like mine, but he does do videos about the anti-Scientology world. He's not a Scientologist or former Scientologist. He was a newscaster, I believe in Arizona. I could be wrong, but somewhere down there. And he evidently lost his job due to some reporting on Scientology. Smith-Levin had him on his show a few times, and so his channel kind of blew up from that. So anyway, check out his channel. You may not agree with everything. Some of his stuff is just him walking around talking, but you might find some things that are worth listening to because he hasn't been in Scientology. He can't be accused of, having mental problems because he was raised in Scientology or anything like that. So check out his channel. Anyway, what I wanted to do is talk about the results on a previous Nora Ames poll that I had. This is from about 2 weeks ago, 225 votes. I've gone through the results on this previously, but I haven't gone through the comments. So this is just as far as her conflict with Smith-Levin. She does a lot of Smith-Levin attacks. And again, I think that Aaron needs to hold himself accountable to what he's done, especially with women. And I think that other people have a right to hold people within this community to account for problematic behavior. But does it help or hurt the Church of Scientology by all this infighting? If Nora has her attention turned on Smith-Levin, is that going to help or hurt the Church of Scientology? I would argue that that helps, because it certainly doesn't hurt it, because she's not focused on the Church of Scientology. She's focused on a critic. So, let's look at some of people's comments. I honestly say a pox on most of their houses. So many ex-Scientologists have created such a toxic environment over the last year, causing many to lose interest. And I agree. I think, and I've said this before, when you run an organization, a nonprofit, a tax-exempt foundation like the Aftermath Foundation or the SPTV Foundation, you have certain legal requirements that you have to do. You have to fill out paperwork, but you also have a legal, ethical requirement, and this is, in law, that you act in the best interests of that organization. And so if you do things outside of that organization which reflect poorly on your character as a leader, or reflect poorly on your ability to show that you can use good judgment, or you do something which reflects poorly on the organization in the eyes of the public or the government, then you're not living up to the legal standards that you have. And so this is a problem where people's personal lives can come into some conflict. And a lot of people argue, oh, that's Aaron's personal life. It has nothing to do with anything else. Well, in some cases, a person's personal life has nothing to do with their public life, but other times it does. And so some of the things that Aaron started to do on the Aftermath Foundation reflected poorly on the Aftermath Foundation. And I think that it was time for and appropriate for him to leave. Um, has he continued doing certain things which are out of character or not good character? I think you can agree, certainly, some of his interactions with women, especially with Jenna. I feel bad about what happened with Jenna. He's had other interactions with women. Some of those are more difficult to establish exactly who was at fault or how much each party was at fault. Okay? So I think that there's a lot of criticism against Aaron Smith-Levin for certain things that he's done, and hopefully he's learned from them and stops doing them. But just because he's done certain poor things doesn't mean that he's wrong in everything. And I think that his intention to help people get out of Scientology and bring down the Church of Scientology or get them to lose their tax exempt status is a good goal, if you believe that that's what should happen. Okay. This person says, Nora has gone off the rails. She is coming across as a vindictive harpy on a witch hunt against Aaron Smith-Levin, who has no character himself, and I fail to see how she is helping the cause by doing that. And I agree, as I've already mentioned. This person says, I'm no longer interested in her. Plenty of others I can respect. Moving on. And I agree with that. In general, not just directed towards Nora, but anybody that's just being too toxic, how do they help your life by you seeing that toxicity? How do you learn something that you haven't already heard about Aaron Smith-Levin or anyone else? And if the answer is you're not learning anything, then yeah, move on. Find somebody that is informing you in a positive manner. Find somebody that entertains you or is just doing good in the world. So I agree there. This person says, I don't think she's playing into anyone's hands, but she certainly isn't helping the situation. Yeah, absolutely. This person says, she helps in spreading information about the misdeeds and abuses of the church. If this will help destroy it, we will have to wait and see. I agree that in the past she's given information about the misdeeds and abuses of the church. Yeah, I agree 100%. If you watch her recent material, and I haven't watched all of it, but if she's taking her focus off of the church and only focused on Aaron Smith-Levin, then I think we would agree that she's not helping destroy the church. She's just helping destroy Aaron Smith-Levin. This person says Aaron is probably Church of Scientology. I think that perhaps that person is saying that in jest, but some people may believe that. Nora has woken up to toxic abuses by Aaron Smith-Levin. She has apologized for her role in enabling him. She should be given a second chance. Her content is very educational, and she's highlighting traits of a narcissist. She certainly is highlighting traits of a narcissist. Here's something, and it's not directed just towards Nora, but other people, including friends that I have formerly from work that post on Instagram. If somebody's main focus of their posts are against narcissists and they continually get in relationships with narcissists and then they post that they're never going to do that again and then they do it again, and I think probably a lot of you have seen this with friends that you may have, are they really educating other people about narcissists, or are they trying to self-medicate themselves about their past issues, picking poor friends or poor lovers? And when I say poor, I mean poor quality, not necessarily financially poor. And so somebody who just keeps on posting information about narcissists may really be self-medicating themselves and not understanding that their self-medication is not really fixing their problem. They're still in the cycle, the downward spiral of making poor decisions in engaging with narcissistic friends or narcissistic partners. So just a thought, again, not just directed at Nora or not necessarily directed at Nora, but everybody that constantly posts about narcissists. And then this person says, I think they left out a few words. I don't take Nora seriously, I think is what they tried to say. She's bad and toxic. She's not helping or hurting too much, but she is giving a lot of ex-Scientologists a bad reputation. Not all of them are like her, so it's damaging, alas. And a lot of these replies are my replies to them, thanking them for messages, so I'm not going to click on all those replies because that's what those are. But this one created a thread where people are going back and forth discussing her level of toxicity. I read some of them previously on the previous video that didn't work out. I'm not going to read all of them. I encourage you to go back and look at them. They do make some good points, but again, this is kind of back and forth. So I'm going to end here. I appreciate your time. I respect your time. And so I'm not one of these people that does a 3-hour long rant about things. Thank you very much for your time. Check out the polls. Check out my other videos. They're not all ex-Scientology world related. Leave a comment. I read the comments and I eventually get back to you on them. Thank you so much.